Hello friends, today we're going to be making a radial symmetry design. So you can see my rectangle paper. And the first step we're going to do is we're going to make a rectangle paper that we probably have and make it into a square. So one thing I like to use is take one corner of your paper and then fold it so it makes a triangle. And it does not have to be perfect like mine. And then just hold one side and then fold. It's gonna take a while, so don't worry. If you think this video is going too fast, you can pause. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our scissors and cut the remaining part, not our triangle, but just the rectangle that is hanging in the bottom. So we're going to just cut carefully, as nice as we can and as close to the triangle as we can. And this also does not have to be perfect, so just the way you like it. Now that we're done, now you can see the square. Now remember when we made the fold? So now we're going to just do another fold to make 4 sections. Everything does not have to be perfect. And yeah. So now I'm just getting the paper to get folded. And press and fold. Now one thing is hard, that when you do it, that it doesn't stay in place. So then you don't get it equal as you like. So now we have 4 different sections, and now what we're going to do is, we can just get our folds nice, so now we know which section is which clearly. In the later parts, you might not want these folds, but right now you do. So I'm just going to use my pencil and do a mark, just a design that I want to do. So you do not have to copy me, and you can just make your own design. So right now I'm going to use basic shapes, a spiral, and some other shapes to basically make mine. Now one thing to notice is that when you draw it, in first it might not seem like much, but when you keep doing this again and again, you probably will get wonderful ideas, and you might just want to do it all over again. So I'm just doing wiggly lines and other things. And one thing I like to add in my symmetry drawings is these tiny little worms. Basically, when you're done, it looks like that these worms are forming a shape, or they're just talking to each other. And now I'm just doing some spirals, some wavy lines, some shapes, and everything. Also, you can notice that I'm not going through any of the borders, like the lines of the borders, like the folds. So make sure you don't go through the lines, because that's going to disturb the whole drawing. different shapes and colors are allowed. So now that I'm done, I'm just going to darken my pencil, darken my drawings, and so when I am ready to transfer them, then I'll come in a little bit, so I'll be ready. Now, when you get through the transfer part and it does not come, please check your lines, because your lines need to be darkened, every single one of them. So it's gonna take me a long time, so I'm just gonna fast forward this. And at the end, if you have trouble, that might mean that the drawing you did might have gotten when you're transferring. So if it's not coming again, you might want to darken them again. So anyway, now just fold your paper again, and your scissor will come in handy. So the longer side of your scissor, you just might want to rub it on that side of paper that you drew on, and then so, and also there should not be any gaps between the paper and the thing and the drawing. So then so when you do this, the lid that was in the drawing will be transferred to the other side. And so I just got my lining, and I'm just doing the same thing. Now, one thing for sure is if you don't get any lines, and if you didn't a circle or something at the corner, you can then just trace it and try to make the same line. Then you'll get the perfect amount and you'll get it. So I also like to use a rule called in math. So you can first double. So 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So I actually like to use this principle a lot, and that's what we're kind of doing while we're transferring. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So one drawing transferred to another is 2. And then 2 plus 2 is 4. So that means when I put 2 drawings in the 2 sections, I'll get 2 markings of the same drawings. So I can then just draw them without worrying to mark over and over again. Now, one thing to note again is that all the lines will not come at the same time. So you might need to rub it again and again until you get those lines. So at the end, the 2 of them, you don't need to darken them as much because you don't have to fill anymore. Now, as you can see on my other ones, they're kind of forming shapes, my worms. And it looks like they're talking to each other. That's why I love to add these. So I'm just fast forwarding this because I'm drawing them again and again, and I'll catch you on the next part. So as you can see, I'm just following these lines, and it looks like they formed a big square. Or if I would look at a certain angle, I would say a diamond. And if you make mistakes, it's okay to use the eraser, but just keep in mind that when you use the eraser, the markings might disappear. So you might want to darken it again, and then retransfer it. So you get the same marking again, and you can redraw it. So for these first 3 steps or 4, you want your eraser, your scissor. If your pencil already has an eraser, that is good. Yeah, so you don't need that extra eraser. But anyway, so your pencil, eraser, scissor, and your Sharpie. Your Sharpie, or if you don't have a Sharpie, just a black marker would go fine. Like a black marker, you just need to mark. You just need to outline all of them. So yeah. And if you can't see your marks clearly enough, like for you to see, so you can just put them darken again. But anyway, so now we got the Sharpie on marking part, and I'm just using my Sharpie, or you can also use your black marker. So you have 2 choices. One, you can do all of these sides at the same time, or you could do one side at a time, which basically means you're doing all of those steps that you just did again, without the scissor and the folding thing. I chose to do all sides at the same time. But anyway. So as you can see, my drawing came beautifully, even though I thought the first side was not good enough. But that's what I like about these drawings. Even though you think, no, this is not good, I need to make another one. Don't. Because when you transfer these, they're all gonna get connected, and it's gonna make a beautiful drawing, just like mine. And you can make any patterns you want. If you want to make it easy, you can just make the whole thing a rainbow, like my center. So I just started coloring, and 2 tips that I want to tell you is, 1, if you have any mood, I thought blue would be great for the squares, orange would be great for the circles, and I thought yellow would be great for the triangles, because I thought they had the perfect mood for those colors. I thought those colors had the perfect mood for those shapes. And choose the background that fits your colors and the shapes. or just how the drawing is made. Now sometimes if you have much bigger ones, I would prefer you use crayons while I do them. But if you're doing smaller things, colored pencils would work just as fine. So I'm just doing black as the background of the inner shape. And yeah. I think the background is more important because it really, first thing, if you choose the right color, it really brings out your shapes. And second of all, yeah, like it looks really good. So one thing I use for my whole thing is that if you're getting tired, don't stop. I always take a small break instead of a big one, because like when you're coloring quick, and for example it's just for an assignment, school assignment, and you don't have enough time, why would you take such a long break? So what I did was I did the background, and when I was getting tired, I just switched to red. And that gave me a short little break while I was getting red. So yeah. Now I thought purple and yellow would match just fine, and I just chose purple. So I'm just quickly drawing the background for these triangles, and let's see how it comes in the final result. I'm just working as fast as I can right now. I hope you guys like this tutorial, and here's my final result. Bye, and see you soon in the next one.